Again, the network is creating problem. I'm not able to stream again. Good evening. Hello. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah. Am I
Am
audible
I
to all?
audible? Hello, Apurva, am I
Actually,
audible?
ma'am, we have two sessions in the yeah.
Hello.
Actually, we have two sessions in the morning. That's why our participants, I think. Hello. Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Yeah. Is the screen visible
Ma'am,
to you?
you wait for some time. Can we?
Yeah, no. That
Yeah.
is not the
Yes, ma'am.
problem. The
Ma'am,
fact
can
is
we
that
wait for some time for?
yeah. We could wait. Actually, whether the screen is properly presented.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
It is
Presented, ma'am.
presented. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Presented. There will. Actually, ma'am, we have two sessions today. That's why I think participants got tired and also data problem. So
No
some
problem
of
at
the
all.
people will also join in the YouTube also.
Now
Some
with
of the
them,
people will join in the YouTube also.
actually, I have a meeting on 3:40. That means in 3:45. So by 3:40, I have to finish my lecture. So it will be better if you start the session.
Yes, ma'am.
Let the
Yes,
others
ma'am.
join, they join
Yes,
later.
ma'am.
Okay?
So shall we start, ma'am, or students should
Yeah.
join?
Yeah, we could start.
Okay, Dras, please start the session.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Good afternoon to all present over here in this virtual platform. My name is Devraj Nath, and I welcome you all in the third day, session 3 of 5 days National Mathematical Day celebration organized by Tripura Mathematical Association on the occasion of National Mathematics Day celebration 2021. Now we have invited Dr. Sayanta Chakraborty ma'am from NIT Agartala. Ma'am is an assistant professor in the Department of Mathematics in NIT Agartala. Ma'am is an achiever of MSc Gold Medalist in Mathematics. Ma'am has an area of interest in fuzzy mathematics, multi-objective optimization, and decision making. Ma'am has published papers in so many national and international journals. Ma'am has also been awarded the Best Research Paper Presenter in International Conference on Emergent Research Paper in Mathematics and Engineering in 2019. The title of today's talk is Fuzzy Optimization and its Real Life Application. Welcome you, ma'am, in this virtual platform. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Devraj, for this nice introduction of myself. Uh, and I want to congratulate and thank Tripura Mathematical Association for organizing such a wonderful national mathematical webinar. So this is a very good effort. And also I would like to thank Apurvo who has invited me here to present my lecture on fuzzy optimization and its real life application. And also, I could observe here, few of my students are present here. So I want to welcome all my students and all other audiences. But before starting my lecture, I want to know that whether my audience are familiar with fuzzy set theory or not. Because if they are not familiar with fuzzy set theory, then when I will
Yes,
start
ma'am.
discussing about fuzzy optimization, they maybe could not understand anything. So, can you please tell me whether you are familiar with fuzzy set theory or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then can I?
Ma'am, for sometimes hello, ma'am. Sorry for interrupting. For sometimes can you all keep our camera on so that we can take some snaps for our social media platform? Can
Okay.
you please?
Okay.
Only for
Okay.
1 minute, ma'am. If
Okay.
it's possible.
Can
I
I
request
directly
everyone.
start from fuzzy optimization?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I directly start with fuzzy optimization?
It's up to you, ma'am. Now just I
Oh,
am saying, ma'am, if you able, if you please on the camera. Any
Okay.
app member, those who have joined the session, I request
Okay.
to open their
Then,
camera for at least 1 minute.
okay. May I start?
Yes,
Hello,
sorry,
may I
ma'am, we
start?
will take the snaps.
Oh,
Yes, ma'am, you can continue, ma'am. We will take the photo.
okay, okay. So here today I am going to present my lecture on fuzzy optimization and its real life application. So here I have chosen the topic actually the solution of fuzzy linear programming problem using Zimmerman's technique. So first of all, as already you have said that you know about fuzzy set, but still I want to discuss a little bit about fuzzy set. So before starting fuzzy set, I want to start with crisp set. So what is crisp set? We all know it as we all are from mathematics background. So we know that a crisp set, or usually we are saying that this is only a traditional set, classical set. A set is a well-defined collection of distinct objects. So here I have considered one example. I have taken one collection of apples, oranges, cherries, mangoes. Okay. Can I say that this collection is well defined? Yes, it is well defined because all they are belonging to the same class of fruits. They all are belonging to the same class and they are all distinct objects. If I consider each of them as object, so I could say that they all are distinct objects. Then I have considered another example, A equal to collection of, sorry, A1, A2, A3. Yes, they are also well defined and distinct objects. Then I have taken A equal to 2, 4, 6, 8, etc. They are also well defined because they all are even integers. Okay. Then I have not taken any particular example, but I have taken one general case. That means A equal to collection of all x where x is an even natural number. So we can say that all these collections are well defined. Now we can say that if any element is belonging to a set, then I could say that this element is having the belongingness in a full in the set. So if I characterize this belongingness through a function which is known as characteristic function, I could say that this characteristic function CA is a mapping from the set capital X, this is my universal set capital X, to the set 0, 1. That means if the element x will belong to the universal set capital X, I could say that the belongingness or the membership value of that element in that set will be 1. That means it is fully belonging to the set capital X. And if the element x does not belong to x, I could say that it is having the membership value 0. So we can say that when any element is having grade of membership 1, it means the full belongingness of the element in the set. And if the membership value of the element is 0, then we can say that the element does not belong to the set. Okay, that means crisply we could say that whether any element is belonging to the set, then we will give him the full membership 1. And if the element will not belong to the set, I will give it the membership 0. So up to this, we all know it. What is characteristic function? So we can say that crisp sets could be characterized by the characteristic function. Sorry. Now, if I give you another example, very popular example of fuzzy set theory, my students, those who are already aware of fuzzy set, they also have studied this example. This is a very popular example of fuzzy set theory. That means one realtor wants to classify the house he offers to his clients. Suppose any promoter, he is offering his buildings or his flats to the customers or the clients, and he has chosen his universal set capital X as the collection of 10 bedrooms, 1, 2, 3 up to 10. X, the universal set is X equal to 1 to up to 10. It means 1 is indicating 1 bedroom flat, 2 is indicating 2 bedrooms flat, 3 means 3 bedrooms flat. Similarly, 10 means 10 bedrooms flat. So here the relator considered his set as X equal to 1, 2, 3 up to 10. Now from this set, he has chosen another subset A tilt. And here he has considered that the elements of A tilt, which are also denoted by small x, is equal to the number of bedrooms in a house. Now he has chosen another set capital A tilt. This set is defined as comfortable type of house for a 4-person family. Comfortable type of house for a 4-person family. That means in a family, 4-person are there. Suppose father, mother, brother, sister. 4-person are there. 2 brothers may be there, 2 sisters may be there, or it may be like that: father, mother, grandfather, grandfather, and the daughter. It may be like that. The 4-person family is there. Now we have to choose that which bedroom will be suitable for a 4-person family. Now, if I say that I choose the 1-bedroom flat, which seems to be like comfortable type for a 4-person family, then do you agree with it? A 1-bedroom flat. This is a comfortable
No.
type of for a 4-person family. Do you agree with that? I want to know from your side.
No.
Generally,
No,
our
ma'am.
answer will, we are not
Ma'am,
agreed because
it depends on the people. It depends on the people. That who are the means who are the people. That
yes,
for my purpose,
yes,
I think for four bedroom would be better for me. From
yeah.
your point of view, you say that 2 bedroom will be better for you. So depends on the people.
That means when you are saying that 1-bedroom flat is not comfortable to you, then if I will ask you, then how you want to rate this 1-bedroom flat? How you will rate it? What will be its grade of membership? Will you give it 0 or will you give it 1? You can't give it 0, you can't give it 1.
0
In
yes ma'am.
between 0 1, you have to grade it, isn't it? Because I cannot directly neglect that a 1-bedroom flat is not comfortable for a 4-person family. I can't say it. Sometimes if I have monetary restriction, then I could adjust myself in a 4-person, the 4-person family could adjust themselves in the 1-bedroom flat. So in that case, yes, comfortability rate will be very less, but we cannot say that this is not comfortable. So we cannot give it the membership 0. So how to rate it? I have to rate it in between 0 and 1. Suppose to me, the rating of 1-bedroom flat is 0.2. Similarly, if I will ask you, if I give you 2-bedroom flat, is it comfortable for 4-person family? Then your grading will be a little bit increaser. It will increase a little bit. Suppose you are saying that, yes, now it is a little more comfortable than the 1-bedroom flat. So you will rate it, suppose as 0.5. In this way, when I will give you the 3-bedroom flat, then you will rate it as 0.8. This is as per my opinion. If I will give you a 4-bedroom flat, sorry, then you will say that yes, this is the full membership. Full membership, why? Because each of the person could accommodate in a single bedroom. So this is the highest level of comfortability. Okay, so we are giving it the full membership. Now, if I increase the number of bedrooms, if I give 5-bedroom flat, then it will be comfortable, but this will be the unnecessary use of money, isn't it? We are 4 persons here and we are taking a bedroom where 5 bedrooms are, we are taking a flat where 5 bedrooms are there. So this is not so much worthy. So again, the grade of membership will decrease. That means few terms, few linguistic terms like comfortable type. This term comfortability cannot be measured by a single number. So we have to rate it. And how we have to rate it? We will rate it in between 0 and 1. Am I clear about this thing? When we have to express any
Yes, ma'am.
linguistic like comfortable type or like the temperature of a room. If I say low temperature or if I say high temperature, then person to person, it will vary. If I am staying at Tripura, then for me, 27 degree is a very low temperature. But if any person is staying at America, then for 27 degree is very high for him. So it depends on the person, it depends on the present scenario, present situation. So person to person, scenario to scenario, situation to situation, it will vary. So when we have to represent any linguistic term, then crisp set is not sufficient to express them. Then we have to introduce, that's why this fuzzy set theory, the conception of fuzzy set theory has come. Through fuzzy set theory, we could express the linguistic terms. Actually, fuzzy set theory was introduced in 1965 by L.A. Jade. He was an electrical engineer. So he introduced the conception of fuzzy set theory, especially to express the linguistic terms, and sometimes in case of dealing with real life problems, due to the lack of adequate data, we need to take help from fuzzy set theory. So these are the basic applications of fuzzy set theory, requirements of fuzzy set theory. So here, what is fuzzy set? For fuzzy set, suppose we are taking capital X as a collection of objects denoted generically by small x. Then a fuzzy set A tilde in the capital X is defined as, this will be the ordered pairs x mu A tilde x, where mu A tilde x is known as the membership function. Like in crisp set, we say about characteristic function. Here in case of fuzzy set, we will say this as membership function. And what will be the membership function? What will be the range? The membership function mu A tilde is a mapping from the set capital X to closed interval 0, 1. Okay, so this is the basic thing of fuzzy set theory. I don't know how much the audience understood about the fuzzy set theory, but as I do not have much time, so I have to go for my next part, which is fuzzy solution of fuzzy linear programming problem using Zimmermann's technique. Already I have seen that Dr. Uttam Kumar Bera, he explained what is linear programming problem, maybe on the first day of this webinar, if I am not wrong.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
he discussed about the transportation problem also. So today, I am not going to elaborately discuss fuzzy linear programming problem. I will directly go to the fuzzy linear programming problem. So here I have chosen the traditional model of linear programming problem, which is max z equal to ctx, subject to ax less than equal to b, x greater than equal to 0. Now, which are these? Sorry. Here, z is said to be the objective function. And the expression of z is equal to ctx, where c is the cost vector, x is the vector of decision variables, capital A is the coefficient matrix having dimension m by n, and small b is the resource vector and it is having the dimension m by 1. That means here we are going to deal with m number of constraints. Here, the main aim of linear programming problem is to optimize the objective function under certain constraints. So here our objective function is of maximizing type. I have chosen for the sake of simplicity the maximizing type of objective function, but the objective functions may be minimizing type also. So here I have chosen max z equal to ctx. Now the question is that in this linear programming model, how fuzziness may come? There are different ways through which fuzziness may come in the linear programming model. First of all, if the objective function is fuzzy, objective function fuzzy means the parameters involved in the objective function, they may be fuzzy in nature. The parameter means the cost matrix C. The cost matrix C present here, sometimes it may be fuzzy in nature. So, if C becomes fuzzy, then CT will also become a fuzzy matrix, and when we will multiply CT with the decision variable, then the total will come in terms of a fuzzy set. So, in objective function, fuzziness may come. Secondly, in constraints also fuzziness may come. How in constraints fuzziness may come? Sometimes the coefficient matrix capital A may be fuzzy. Sometimes the resource vector small b may be fuzzy. So as a whole, the constraints may become fuzzy. But sometimes neither the objectives will be fuzzy nor the constraints will be fuzzy. But still the problem will be regarded as a fuzzy linear programming problem. Here, though neither the objectives nor the constraints are fuzzy, but their perception may be fuzzy. So what is perception? Perception means, suppose any decision maker is not desired to reach to the maximum value of z. Suppose 100 is the maximum value for z. Rather, he wants to set an aspiration level for the objective function. Aspiration level means instead of reaching to 100, suppose he wants to reach to 99.99. That means a small violation, which is 100 minus 99.99, is acceptable for the decision maker. This is known as perception, fuzzy perception. That means the decision maker is not searching for the maximum value of z, but he is setting an aspiration level small z for the objective function ctx. In this way, fuzziness may also come in the fuzzy linear programming model. Also in the constraints, fuzziness may come. Constraints mean, here in model 1, I have written strictly less than equal to. Instead of writing strictly less than equal to, I may write essentially less than equal to, and the symbol is like this. This is the symbol of essentially less than equal to. So what is the meaning of essentially less than equal to? It means it is not strictly, but a smaller violation in the constraint are also allowed. Sometimes we have to deal with some sensory requirements like color, taste, smell. In those cases also, we need to use the fuzzy constraints. Okay, crisp sense or crisp constraint is not sufficient to deal with that situation. So in that case also, we use the fuzzy constraints. So in different way, fuzziness may appear in a linear programming model. So, as I am going to deal with Zimmermann's technique, so I have chosen Zimmermann's model here, fuzzy linear programming model, where the objective function is not present in the crisp sense. Rather, the decision maker sets an aspiration level small z for the objective function ctx. So instead of using strictly equal to, I have given here essentially equal to sign. And also the constraints are not strictly less than equal to type, they are essentially less than equal to type. So I have chosen the model in this way. Not actually I have chosen, Zimmerman has chosen this model. So this is the model 2. Now we have max z essentially equal to CTX. That means what is the relation between Z and CTX? The relation is that each of the CTX are essentially greater than equal to Z. Could we say this? If maximum of Z is essentially equal to CTX, so I could say that each of the CTX is essentially greater than equal to Z. So what Zimmerman has done, he has taken the objective function in the place of the constant by considering CTX essentially greater than equal to Z. Do you understand? And here we know that in any linear programming model, our target is to find out the feasible solution. That means I have to find out first the decision variable. From the decision variable, I have to get my objective value. So here, model 2 has been restated as find x such that CTX essentially greater than equal to Z, AX essentially less than equal to B, X greater than equal to 0. That means now in model 3, no objective function is present. Only the constraints are present. That means a linear programming problem has now become a system of linear equation under fuzzy environment. Could we say this? The difference between model 2 and model 3 is that the model 2 is a fuzzy linear programming model, whereas model 3 is not a linear programming model, neither it is a fuzzy linear programming model. It is a system of linear equation under
System
fuzzy.
of linear algebraic equation.
System of linear equation, isn't it? When we are told to solve system of linear equation, what we are actually asking for? We have to find the set x, the set of values different xi's, isn't it? That means we have to find out the decision variable x. Okay, the vector of the decision variable x. So the fuzzy linear programming model has now become the system of linear equation under fuzzy environment, and here not equation, system of linear inequations. Okay, here inequations are there. Now we have to take a decision because we know that linear programming problems are decision making problems, so we have to take different decisions. Also, sorry, we know that every system of linear equation could be represented in terms of matrix notation. I don't know whether we could remember it or not. When we are given a system of linear equation and we are told to solve it, first of all, we will write it in terms of matrix. Then by checking its rank, we will declare whether the system is consistent or not. And if consistent, then what will be the solution? This is the procedure of solving any system of linear equation. So here, as our model 3 is a system of linear inequation, so we have expressed it in terms of a matrix. This is the matrix representation of model 3. Is it clear? Model 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That means now we can say that in model 2, we have started with m number of constraints and one objective function was there. But in model 3, no objective function is there because the objective function has been converted to a constant and it has taken place in the constraints. That means the number of objective function is reduced. At the same time, the number of constraints has been increased by 1. So now, how many constraints are there? Total m plus 1 number of constraints are there. That means we are told to solve a system of linear inequation where m plus 1 number of equations are present. Okay. Now, as this is a decision making problem, so we have to take a decision. But here our problem is a fuzzy decision making problem. So we need to take a fuzzy decision. Regarding fuzzy decision, one well-known principle is there, which is known as Bellman-Jades principle on fuzzy decision. What is that principle? Fuzzy decision is the confluence of fuzzy goals and fuzzy constraints. Now you will ask me, what is confluence? Confluence means intersection. Fuzzy decision is the intersection of fuzzy goals and fuzzy constraints. Because in the linear programming model, what is the way to solve a linear programming model? We will do a backward calculation. First of all, from the constraint part, we find out the feasible solution. Okay, that means from the feasible solution, we have to, oh, there is a power cut. Just a minute, wait for a few minutes, just a minute. Actually, there is a power cut in our department, so I have to join with my mobile hotspot. Can you please give me a few minutes? Am I
Okay, ma'am.
audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Hello, is it visible? Hello, is the screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Visible,
miss.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, may I continue now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, in case of solving any linear programming problem, first of all, from the constraint part, we have to find out the feasible solution. In the feasible solution, the solution which will optimize the objective, that solution will be regarded as the optimal solution. That means here we have to take a decision among a set of feasible solutions, which solution is optimizing the objective. The decision maker has to take the decision. That means this is a decision making problem. And how to take the decision? The decision will come by combining all the constraints along with the goal or the objective function. So we can say that the decision is coming by confluencing or by intersecting the constraints and the goal. Do you understand?
And to take a crisp decision, first of all, we have to convert the fuzzy linear programming model to a crisp linear programming model. Okay. Now, to convert fuzzy linear programming model to a crisp linear programming model, first of all, we have to maximize our decision. Always the decision maker has to maximize the decision. That's why what we have done in the model 4, model 4 is over, then I have written mu detailed equal to minimum of this. You may observe that in our problem, no goal is there, no objective function is there. In the present position, no objective function is there. Only the constraints are there. That means our fuzzy sets are only the constraints. So they will be characterized by their membership function. That means in my problem or my model of 4, will the fuzzy decision depend on the goals? Will it depend on the goals? It will not depend on the goals. It will only depend on the constraints because no goal is there. So what will be my new detail? Yes. What will be my new detail? My new detail will be only minimum of mu detail. Mu detail will not come. Yes, because there is no goal there. So only it will be mu detail will be minimum of mu detail. Okay. Suppose I have denoted this the membership functions of the fuzzy constraints as they are regarded actually as the fuzzy set, so they should be characterized by their membership functions, and suppose they are regarded by mu ix. The membership functions of the fuzzy constraints are denoted by mu ix, where I is equal to how many i's are there, that means how many constraints are there, m plus 1 number of constraints are there. So I will be 1 up to m plus 1. Now as I have said that we have to convert it to a crisp linear programming model, and for that one we have to maximize the decision. So what I have taken, mu detailed x is equal to minimum over I mu I x. Along with this, in both sides I have included maximum x greater than equal to 0. I have taken the maximum over x greater than equal to 0 in both sides of 5. Do you understand this portion, this equation?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now the question is that we have to formulate the membership functions, that means the mu ix for the fuzzy constraint. In case of formulating the membership function, we have to formulate the linear membership function for each of the constraints, for each of the fuzzy sets, that means for m plus 1 fuzzy set. Now here we know that the membership value of any fuzzy set will lie in between 0 and 1. When it will be 0, if the membership value will not satisfy, then it will attain the value 0, and if it is fully satisfied, then it will attain the value 1. So here I have given mu ix, the full membership one, when the constraint is fully satisfied. That means when dix is strictly less than equal to di. This is my constraint. This is the constraint dx essentially less than equal to d. Isn't it? The constraint is dx essentially less than equal to d. So the corresponding membership value of mu ix of that corresponding constraint, it will have the highest membership grade 1 when the corresponding constraint will be fully satisfied. That means when dix will be less than equal to di, and when it will get the lowest membership grade, if it will not be satisfied, that means when dix will be strictly greater than di, then it will have the membership grade 0. Now, instead of writing Dix strictly greater than Di, I have written Dix greater than Di plus Pi. What is Pi? Pi is a small tolerance allowable for Di. Small tolerance means this is a very small quantity equal to epsilon. Epsilon quantity. Epsilon quantity, I have just increased this Di. So if I write Dix greater than Di plus Pi instead of Dix greater than Di, will the membership value will alter or it will remain 0? Will there be any problem? If for Bix greater than Di, it is attaining membership value 0. So if I add Pi, then also it will not alter, it will remain 0. And when the value of Dix will lie in between Di and Di plus Pi, then it will get a membership value which will be obviously less than 1. So we have represented it in this way, 1 minus Dix minus Di divided by Pi. Now, whether this linear membership value is correct or not, we may check it. I have commented that when Dix will be less than equal to Di, then the value of mu Ix should be 1. Now, let us check whether it is happening or not. In place of Dix, if I put Di, then what will happen? Di minus Di by Pi. That means this portion will become 0. That means the corresponding membership will be 1. That means our first condition is true. Now, in place of Dix, if I put Di plus Pi, then what will happen? Di will be cancelled out. Only Pi by Pi will remain. That means Pi by Pi will give us 1. That means finally 1 minus 1, which is equal to 0. That means our second condition is also satisfied. So this is the way of formulating the linear membership function. Now, I just have substituted this mu Ix in my previous model 5. So if I substitute the value of mu Ix in the previous model, then I will get this relation. Now in Zimmermann's technique, Zimmermann used his popular non-compensatory operator lambda, where lambda is equal to this part, minimum over I, 1 minus Dix minus Di by P. So, I have substituted this by lambda. And as this is the minimum of all the membership, so what will be the value of lambda? Lambda will always lie in between closed intervals 0 and 1. So, I have written model A in this way. I have substituted this part by lambda. So here we are getting maximum over x greater than equal to lambda equal to maximum over x greater than equal to 0 mu d tilde x. And lambda belongs to closed interval 0. Now, this model A could be restated as maximize lambda such that lambda is equal to minimum of this and lambda belongs to closed interval 0, 1 and x greater than equal to 0. So I could write it in this way. You may say that instead of writing lambda equal to minimum of this, why I have written lambda less than equal to this? Because lambda equal to minimum of this means what? What is the relation between lambda and this portion? The relation between lambda and this portion is that lambda is less than equal to each of them. This is for all I. So for each of them, lambda is less than equal to 1 minus Dix minus Di by Pi. So instead of writing lambda equal to minimum of this, I have written lambda less than equal to this. Now look at this model. This model is a crisp linear programming model which we are searching for. So we have successfully converted the fuzzy linear programming model to the crisp linear programming model by using Zimmermann's lambda operator and by representing the fuzzy sets by their membership function. This is the main application of the membership function. That means it is helping us to make the fuzzy set to the crisp one. We have represented the fuzzy set by their membership function, and with the help of Zimmermann's lambda operator, we have converted the fuzzy linear programming model to the crisp linear programming model. Now we know how to solve a crisp linear programming model or our traditional linear programming model. So many methods are available. Simplex method, big M method, then two-phase method. So many methods are available. As per the problem, we have to apply accordingly the method. So generally, using our usual simplex method, we could easily solve this problem. So this is the Zimmermann's technique for solving any fuzzy linear programming problem. Now here, I have given one numerical example. I have just modeled the numerical example in the form of Zimmermann's model. So here, this is the model. Here, above this max sign, I have given one tilde sign. This is indicating that the objective function is fuzzy. This tilde sign is indicating the objective function is fuzzy. And here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Total 4 constraints are present, among which 3 constraints are fuzzy. Because here, instead of strictly less than equal to, essentially less than equal to sign is used. But in the last constraint, it is strictly less than equal to. That means this constraint is crisp constraint. So we do not have to touch it. It will remain as it is. Only we will formulate the membership function for the objective function as well as for this first 3 constraints. Here in the problem, Z0 equal to 14.5 is 0. 14.5 is given. Actually, the value of Z is represented by Z0. So the value of Z, that means maximum Z equal to x1 plus x2 is given as 14.5. Not maximum, Z is given as 14.5. And P0, P1, P2 is given. In the previous system, I have considered the tolerance Pi. So for the first 3 constraints, P1, P2, P3 are given, and P0 is given for the objective function. Sorry. So, I have formulated the membership function. These are the membership functions. For the objective function, this is the membership function, and these are for the constraints. Now, introducing Zimmermann's lambda operator. I have formulated the crisp linear programming problem. Now, using simplex method, we could easily solve it. So, this is just the modeling of any numerical problem in terms of Zimmermann's model or using Zimmermann's lambda operator. So, here I have just pointed out some points regarding the real life application of fuzzy linear programming model. Actually, any real life problem which could be modeled in terms of a linear programming model, and if you generally in case of dealing with real life problems, the data are not crisply defined, like the comfortable type. I have already said. Now, how do you define the comfortability? Crisp set is not sufficient to define comfortability. In that case, we need to take help from fuzzy set. Then low temperature, high temperature. In case of this type of linguistic terms generally, we cannot use crisp set theory. They are not sufficient. So we need to take help from fuzzy set theory. So any real life problem, if you could model it in terms of a linear programming model, and if here the parameters are fuzzy, then those problems could be solved in terms of Zimmermann's model or through fuzzy linear programming problem. Here I have pointed out few points. Suppose any decision making problem like resource allocation problem, academic planning problem, administrative planning problem, profit maximization problem, cost minimization problem. Already Dr. Uttam Kumar Bera has discussed about transportation problem. So this is also one type of linear programming problem. Now, if your top matrix will be fuzzy, then it will become a fuzzy linear programming model. Then using the Riemann technique, you will easily solve. So these are just a few points. The main thing is that any decision-making problem which could be modeled in terms of a linear programming model, and if the parameters are fuzzy, then we could solve it by fuzzy linear programming model using Zimmermann's technique. So that's all from my side. Thank you, everyone.
Ma'am, hello.
Hello.
Ma'am, as I have understood, that means that when the parameters are fuzzy, means normally yes, in industrial problem also, or decision maker means always crispness is not in real life. It's not really possible if there is fuzzy is coming. I think the main thing in the fuzzy model is the tolerance, that we can add the tolerance, which I think only implementation of that fuzziness. Is it the?
No, not about the tolerance. Here, the tolerance is used to formulate the linear membership function. The main thing is that where the fuzziness is coming, whether it is coming in the constraint or it is coming in the objective function, sometimes neither the objective nor the constraints will be fuzzy, but their perceptions may be fuzzy. Suppose the decision maker is not interested to get the maximum value of Z. Instead, he will set an aspiration level. He desires to reach to Z minus epsilon. Z is not requirement, his requirement. Z minus epsilon is requirement. So in that case also fuzziness may come in the problem. So it will totally depend on the problem where the fuzziness is coming. Tolerance here is actually, yes, you can say this, not tolerance, actually small violation. Tolerance I have used here for formulating the linear membership function. This is the application of the tolerance.
Okay.
You may observe here that, just a minute. Here the tolerance is given. Here the tolerance is given Pi. Why I have added this Pi? Pi was not present in the main problem. I have added this Pi just because to formulate this linear part. Otherwise, how could I formulate this linear part? How could I show that when the membership will lie in between 0 and 1? Will it be possible? So that's why I have added this tolerance here. And the thing you are saying, this is actually small violation.
Okay.
Okay.
Do anyone have any more doubts?
For this, I think
So,
Ganesh,
do anyone have any more doubts?
no, I start.
Okay, can you hear my voice clearly? I mean, am I audible clearly?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So
you
thank
are.
you, ma'am. Thank you so much for coming and making this session wonderful. And it's really very grateful to have you here and explaining about everything in such a clear manner. So here comes the end of a day 3 of 5 days of National Mathematical Webinar organized by TMA on the occasion of National Mathematics Day 2021. And regarding the summary of day 3, today we had our first session at 11 a.m. by Dr. Birojit sir, ad hoc faculty, Department of Mathematics, NIT Warangal, on the topic of our invited talkers, a study on sequence and the series and research relevance via uncertainty. And we have a second session at 1 p.m. today with Mr. Adya Pratihar, MSc at RKM Vivekananda Education and Research Institute, on application of number theory, basically on cryptography. and we have a last session with you, ma'am. And thank you so much for coming. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for inviting me to be a part of such a wonderful webinar. And special thanks goes to Apurva, who has given me the chance to present myself here. Thank you all.
Thank you. We hope in future that you will your invitation for giving more speech like this.
Thank you,
Can
ma'am.
I-
Thank you, everyone. Yes, ma'am. Everyone can leave.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Everyone can leave. Except the 4 members. Everyone can leave.
Your voice is not clear. Apurva.
Yeah,
I
Apurva
have a network
Bhaiya.
problem for it. My
Yeah.
network is not clear. My network
Okay,
is
okay.
creating
Yeah, suddenly
problem.
when I
That's why
heard your voice breaking, I thought I'm not having a signal issue. That is the reason I asked. Can you hear my voice clearly?
I am not having. I am not having the signal. That is the main problem. I am not having the signal.
Okay, okay.
Where are you roaming in the forest?
Except core member, you please
Don't
remove
say like.
remove other person.
And Apurva Bhaiya, can I stay or leave?
Yeah, as your wish.
So those I will request those video has not been live, so you please upload those if you have recorded.
I have
Depends on my
only
network.
last 20 minutes maybe.
If it is,
When Apurva.
or I have recorded 38 minutes. I have recorded first 38 minutes.
Okay, okay.
And from
Okay,
now
okay.
onwards,
I have
please
recorded.
take care that from now onwards, if it is live also, please record whole session because in between, ma'am, live was gone.
Record what? No, record
So-
what এটা এটা লাইভ রেকর্ড বাট সেশন প্রবলেম হলো আমার ওই নেটওয়ার্ক আমরা বাজে আসলো আমি বাড়ি দিতাম আসলাম দুইবার আমি বাড়ি মিটিং থেকে দ্যাটস দ্য মেইন প্রবলেম So we have to upload these two videos by today. Otherwise tomorrow we cannot record. I am
হ্যাঁ,
still
ও
saying
প্রথমে
that if
এটাকে
I
add করো।
cannot upload the video.
ম্যামেরটার সাথে ম্যামের ওর সবগুলো অ্যাড করে হ্যাঁ অ্যাড করে সুন্দর করে ইয়ে করো আর মেন হলো কি কি করেন মানে তুমি তোমার টেকনিক্যাল আর কয়েকজনের রেকর্ডের এটা দিয়ে দিও বুঝছো না রেকর্ড করে যে কোনো একজনের রাখলে তো এনাফ বুঝছো না তুমি দিয়ে দিও টেকনিক্যাল জিনিসটা ঠিক আছে বা ইউটিউবে না এলে প্রবলেম হয়ে যাবে কারণ সবাই তো দেখতে পারে না কিন্তু সবাই লাস্টে দেখে ইভিনিং রাত্রিবেলা সবাই দেখে
দেয়ার মতে আমি
তোমরা টেকনিক্যাল দেখো মানে আমি একটা আইডিয়া দিচ্ছি আর কি এটা আর কি ঠিক আছে সাগর তুমি ওনারে ট্রাই করো একটু রেকর্ড করার মানে প্রতি সেশন বুঝছো
ওকে দাদা।
তুমি 31 তারিখে পরে আপলোড হয়ে যাওয়ার পরে তুমি এগুলো ডিলিট করে দিও তুমি মেমোরি তো খালি হয়ে যাবে
ঠিক আছে। তো কেমন আছো দাদা?
ও আজকে ভালো
ঠিক আছে।
ওকে আচ্ছা রাখ